Hey everyone, Once Bitten here with another battle report. My Bretonnians versus a Vampire Count's army. We rolled pitch battle, set up the table, and real good looking table with, I really like those buildings and the river and the bridge and all that. Although the terrain did kind of, as usual, cause issues for me. So here on my far right, he has a horde of skeletons with the banner of "You don't need a vampire nearby in order to march." Here in the middle, he's got Graveguard with a combat oriented vampire lord. There's a balefire corpse cart behind it. Some zombies with the necromancer just to the left of them. Necromancer is able to build them up higher than they're starting to mount. He's got a horde of crypt ghouls with the White King battle standard bearer with the Regen banner. And that's just a real solid build in 8th. These things are toughness 4, 2 attacks each poison. Now they have a 4-up regen. The BSB himself is hard to take down because he's toughness 5 with a 3 or 4-up armor save, and then of course he has the regen save. So just a whole unit of nastiness there. There's a vampire lord, not a vampire lord, a vampire hero level character behind him, and yes, that is Batman. And then here on my left, he's got skeletons, and then he's got a Vargulf on the hill. And yes, that is Elvis. So, when I was deploying, my main thought was I'm really concerned about his Graveguard with his combat vampire, and then I'm concerned about being held up by that Crypt Ghoul unit. So I didn't want to put my knights in front of them because then I didn't think I'd be able to avoid them. So what I did is I put my men-at-arms in front of those units that I didn't want to that I wanted to avoid, mainly the Graveguard. Put everybody else here to the side, and I'd rather just be able to hit them, take out the Vargulf, take out the skeletons, deal with the zombie horde without having to deal with the Graveguard unit at the same time. So that was my thinking. So I've got Peg Knights, I have Grail Knights with the banner of You Can't Stand and Shoot, which doesn't help here. I've got Knights of the Realm with the banner of Eternal Flame. So they have flaming attacks, so I'd really like to get them into those zombies. But I wasn't thinking that when I deployed them, or else I would have put them on the bridge where my Knights Errant are. In with the Knights of the Realm is my Battle Standard Bearer. He's designed to survive, so a 2-up rerollable armor save and immunity to poison and killing blow. And I have a level 4 Prophetess with Lore of Life. My Knights Errant have the Errantry banner. Here I've got a level 2, there's my Trebuchet on the left. I've got a level 2 Lore of Beast Damsel in with the Men-at-Arms. She's going to pop the icon of Quinellis on them, so they'll have the same ward save as my Knights have. I've got Archers on the hill. They do have flaming attacks, so that helps out. If they get a wound on those ghouls, then my Trebuchet can land a rock on them and they won't get the regen save. And then I put my Questing Knights over here because I just didn't have space to put them on the left. I can tell you, though, I had no intention of going into his graveyard. I want to move up a little bit, and then I'm just going to let them go handle that unit on the right. I don't feel a need to handle that unit, but if my guys are over there, if he takes his Graveguard over, then he'll beat my Questing Knights, but then I don't have to worry about the Graveguard elsewhere. And if he doesn't, then I'll just, let them handle the skeletons. So, VC turn 1, he moves up. He grows his zombie unit a little bit. And over here, during the magic phase, he moved Elvis up a little bit, and then during the magic phase, he Van Helsed him, and I just let it go. I was thinking, there's no way you're going to get the charge in. And then as soon as he moved him, I'm like, you know what? I can't believe I didn't see. He parked him right in front of the water, so now if I charge him with my Knights of the Realm, I'm not going to get any rank bonuses. I thought it was a very smart move on his part, very dumb on my part to not see that happening. So I charged him anyway. I went ahead and used the Knights of the Realm because he wouldn't get his regen save. I put a wound on my Prophetess in the dangerous terrain test, but I'm not worried about that because she just needs a spell to get off and she can regrow that. And lost a couple Knights to the Vargulf, but through combat res and wounds, took him out. Then I overran him and just went way too far. I think I rolled boxcars. So I was hoping on my next turn I could do a flank charge in that skeletons because my Pegasus Knights charge the skeletons just to get out of the way of my Knights of the Realm. Without charging, I couldn't move them in time, and I didn't want my Peg Knights charging the Vargulf. So I think my Peg Knights will be okay, but they're not going to win that ultimately. So I wanted my Knights of the Realm to be able to flank charge them. I ran too high. I can't even see the corpse cart or this necromancer over here. So yeah, that was a little bit of a bother. Here's a side view. Again, I don't really expect my guys to beat him down, but I think I'll be able to hold for a while. I just get a lot of attacks and stomp attacks and all that. So anyway, going to VC turn 2, for the most part, he just moves up. He flew Batman into the flank of the Peg Knights. I didn't see that coming, and that could really hurt. He's got a charge and a flank, and if he does many wounds at all, he might break my guys there. Otherwise, I'm looking at the side of the table here. He takes his corpse cart and necromancer. He's just kind of hiding them around the building. And this is a view from the side. He's just moving up. And again, I'm looking at that going, I don't want to deal with the Graveguard unit. I don't really want to deal with this Ghoul unit, but I don't know how to avoid him. So, at the end of combat, got really lucky here. Did a slew of wounds on those skeletons, and the vampire did no wounds on my guys. Through my toughness and my armor and ward saves, he got nothing through. So, horrible luck on his part, and his guy actually took a wound through combat res. Yeah, another look from behind that combat. Just Peg Knights went all ninja on the skeletons there. So, Brett turn 2. So, basically, I guess you can see I took my Knights Errant into the front of that Crypt Ghoul unit, took my Grail Knights into their flank. They lost one from, I think, from charging over the river. Took my Prophetess and my Battle Standard Bearer out of the Knight of the Realm unit so I could move them closer to combat. And I just reformed my Knight of the Realm unit. And my Questing Knights are off to the right, charging those skeletons just to get away from the Graveguard. And my Men-at-Arms move up to protect the flank of my Knights Errant. And I move the Damsel out of them. She's right by the river, so she can support. So here's me reforming the Knights of the Realm. I really need them in that Crypt Ghoul unit, but I just can't get them there. So the best thing to do here is just reform them. Here's these guys moving over. Close-ups all the way around. And I forgot to say, in that Knight Errant unit, I actually have a character. This is where I took out a Trebuchet. I don't know what to do with the 90 points. So I finagled some things and put a combat here, character here. He has to issue challenges, and he gets to re-roll everything in them. Yeah, so great. I'm going to kill a champion there. So here's the far of the board. Really just trying to keep these guys out of the way of the Graveguard, and if they can beat the skeletons eventually, great. And if not, I'm not overly worried about it. So got the spell off that these guys are going to take 2d6 strength 3 or 4 hits at the end of every magic phase, and I think I killed one of them, which was a little bit frustrating. Archers targeted his Necromancer and picked him off, one of his Necromancers, so that was kind of nice. The Peg Knights actually killed the rest of the skeletons, and through combat res popped the the vampire, so popped Batman. At the end of combat, this is about what I expected it to be. I mean, yeah, I killed some, but these guys, man, it's so tough. He made so many regen saves. I mean, he probably made half of them. It just seems like a lot. Yeah. Whew. So these guys, I lost a couple, killed a bunch of his. We're going to be fighting this out for a while, and we'll see what else happens in the next segment.